indifference curve, as its name suggests, the consumer is indifferent between different choices. It does not make any difference for him whether he selects choice A or B or C or D or E and so on. The reason being, whatever choice is made, ultimately the total satisfaction that is going to be derived by him will be the same. So, one of the features of indifference curve is, at whatever point the selection is there, whether it is 50 units of A and 10 units of B, or 40 units of A and 20 units of B, or 30 units of A and 30 units of B, and so on. All of them are going to give him the same extent of satisfaction. So, marking these combinations so that accordingly, depending upon the availability of the goods, you can choose between the alternatives. You don't bother about which alternative, because all the alternatives are going to give you the same result. That's what is called indifference curve. With the justification for the name also we have understood. Then one more topic also I dealt with. It was on marginal rate of substitution. So this was also dealt with. The marginal rate of substitution. When you go on replacing one commodity for the other, in such case, the peculiarity observed was, initially you are prepared to give more units of one in order to obtain 1 unit of the other thing. But gradually, between A and B, suppose 100 units of A you are having, you don't have any unit of B at all. Initially, in order to get 1 unit of B, you are even prepared to spare 8 units of A to get 1 unit of B. As soon as you got 1 unit of B, suppose he offers 1 more unit of B. Now, applying the law of diminishing utility, what happens is, you are prepared to exchange less only. Instead of previous 8, now you are prepared to give only 6 units of A. The same thing goes down. So the marginal rate of substitution goes down. Ultimately, at one particular stage, I am not prepared to exchange anything. I have got sufficient enough. So now you would have come to a situation, 50 units of A and about 10 units of B. Below that, you don't want to forego any of these. So you want to have equally both, because the logic rationale of the consumer is, for the same total utility, if he can have more number of goods, he will prefer it. This is one of the assumptions of indifference curves. Features of marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution generally declines as long as the consumer maintains his total satisfaction at a given level. First piece of information. What is the characteristics or point of understanding? Because minute understandings are being checked in the multiple choice questions. This statement may be one of the multiple choices. Unless you digest the idea, you will not be able to answer. What is it is told? At all points of choices, the total satisfaction is the same. What I have orally told, it has been put in so many words, that's all. Whether you go in for choice number 1 or choice number 2 or choice number 3 or choice number 4 and so on, in all the choices, something is given, something is taken, substituted, but the total satisfaction remains the same. So that is the message. Marginal rate of substitution generally declines as long as the consumer maintains his total satisfaction at a given level. In the table, consumer may pick up any one of the 6 combinations. So in the table, whether you select choice number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it may be, all of them are going to be combination of X and Y, some units of X and some units of Y. But the peculiarity is all of them are giving the same total satisfaction. The total satisfaction derived by the consumer will remain the same irrespective of the combination chosen by him. Same message repeated several times. Repetition is always better. Don't consider it as boredom. It is nailing the points so that you will not forget. You need not read once again. You can straight away bring this point when this is being asked. He is therefore indifferent towards different combinations. He is therefore indifferent. Why he is indifferent? Because all of them is going to give him same satisfaction. Some elders in the family will be telling, I don't bother whether you take me by car or auto or taxi or any other mode. I have to reach central station, that's all. So indifferent about the mode. So here the objective is total satisfaction. Whether you choose A or B or C or D is immaterial. The rate of increase in X is kept constant and the rate of decrease in Y would be diminishing. So this is something new has been told over and above whatever has been repeatedly told earlier. Total satisfaction is the same. The replacement gradually gets diminished. That is what is called marginal rate of substitution. Now what is the new message that has been told here? The rate of increase in X, there were 2 commodities. One commodity was exchanged for the other commodity. In the table, let us see the table earlier so that you will. Now in the table, what is that you are seeing before you? Commodity X is constantly increasing. 1 becomes as 2, 2 becomes as 3, 3 becomes as 4. So commodity X is increased by only 1. But for getting 1 unit of commodity X from first combination to second combination, how many units of Y it is being sacrificed? From 30 it comes to 25. That means 5 units are given. From second combination to third combination, as far as X is concerned, only 1 unit is obtained. So this is what was the message told. Out of the 2 commodities, one is kept constant, constantly increasing, whereas the other thing is the rate of substitution gradually gets down. See the MRS 1:5, 1:4, 1:3, 1:2, 1:1. So the 1 of X is constant. What is the additional unit obtained? Only 1. Whereas the additional units, that is the units that is sacrificed in respect of Y, is gradually 5 became as 4, 4 became as 3, 3 became as 2, and so on. So this is what is one of the feature of the marginal rate of substitution.